The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Tourism Department logged record-breaking sales leads at the 21st Philippine Travel Exchange event. The department said it was able to collect over 172 million pesos in sales in 2 days. Tourism officials see this as a welcome development and a sign of recovery in the sector following 2 years of restrictions from COVID-19. The NDRRMC wants to highlight climate change education in its bid to prepare the country for natural disasters. Justin Punsalang with the details.
The siren atop Caloocan City Hall blares whenever a calamity hits the city. But over on social media, netizens poke fun on the NDRRMC text alert warnings. The blaring alerts have since been made into memes. But according to the United Nations, these kinds of early warning systems save lives during catastrophes. In a recent report done by the UN Office for Disaster Risk Reduction and World Meteorological Organization, half of the countries around the world are not ready for disasters. Based on the study, death is 8 times higher in countries with limited to no early warning systems. According to UN, regular rain have become more frequent and stronger due to climate change, which is why early warning systems are necessary. The NDRRMC is proud to say that they have been investing on the Philippines technology since 2010.
Marami na tayong initiative using yung computer-based, online platforms and other non-traditional, kumbaga, prior to 2010. So we are using yung cell broadcast to disseminate. We are using yung internet, yung social media, Facebook and others.
Based on NDRRMC data, the number of deaths during major typhoons decreased significantly since they started implementing text alerts. Problem is, not everyone has access to mobile phones and internet. The agency says that this is where media and LGUs come in. Earthquake and flood drills are important components in disaster response, which should be taught in barangays. Homeowner associations are also encouraged to create their own rescue units.
Sa level pa lang ng homeowners o sa samahan ng mga magkakapitbahay, may ginagawa ng pamamaraan. Alam na nila ang gagawin.
However, the NDRRMC says that in the long run, early warning systems would not be enough. What is needed is a comprehensive land use and the relocation of residents living in high-risk areas.
Been trying to encourage national government agencies to transfer para ma-decongest ang Manila, but maraming opposition dyan.
The NDRRMC hopes to have climate change mitigation prioritized, especially since it is one of President Bongbong Marcos's key agenda. The agency also highlighted the need to integrate climate change in basic education curriculum. For News 5, Justine Punsalang. We are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. China's Communist Party will be closing its 20th Congress today, with top leader Xi Jinping returning for a third term. The only question now is, who will he place in key supporting roles? Let's meet the main contenders in this Bloomberg report.
We know that Xi Jinping will most likely secure that president's busting third consecutive term. The big question is, who is he going to place in key positions, in particular key economic positions? And there's a long list of names that I won't necessarily run down the possibilities of all of them. I want to break it down into Xi's power play. I'm looking at 4 particular individuals that we should, and markets and anyone interested in China should be looking at for clues as to who Xi and how Xi values these kind of positions. Will he stack the standing committee with his key loyalists, or will he give a signal of party unity by offering a compromise to those tied to Hu Jintao's faction, the Communist Youth League? That would be Hu Chunhua, little Hu is his name, or Wang Yang. But Wang Yang is widely regarded as perhaps being forced to retire. So if you want to look at clues, let's change the page and look at the 4 headshots of the people I'm looking at. If you want to determine that Xi has won this party Congress, he has not compromised, you're looking at people like He Lifeng. He's the NDRC chairman. He is in line potentially to be promoted to the 25-member Politburo and become the economic czar, replacing Mr. Fix-It, Liu He. He is a key Xi Jinping ally, as is Li Qiang, the Shanghai party boss. If he gets promoted to the premier, replacing the outgoing Li Keqiang, that would be very interesting. He is another extreme Xi loyalist, but he was tarnished by perceived missteps in that 2-month-long Shanghai lockdown because of COVID. So those are the 2 individuals. On Sunday, if we get a promotion of He Lifeng as well as Li Qiang, Xi has an extreme absolute power mandate. I mentioned those other 2 individuals, Little Hu and Wang Yang. They could be seen as compromise picks. But it's very critical going forward, for the key economic positions are likely to be shuffled under Xi Jinping going forward for the next 5 years. But what I'm looking at more immediately is that Bloomberg scoop we got yesterday on the possibility that senior leaders are looking to reduce quarantine for inbound travelers. I think that's what the market is really looking at. If that gets legs as the party Congress and the political premium gets pushed off to the side, can they move on COVID-0 and relax that quarantine for business people and anybody coming into China?
The Trade Department has named Quezon City as the most competitive city in the Philippines. QC Vice Mayor Gian Soto led local officials in receiving the award at the 2022 Cities and Municipalities Index awarding ceremony on Thursday. Quezon City was also hailed as the most competitive in terms of innovation. QC was also recognized as one of the most business-friendly LGUs in the country by the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 10:15 in the morning as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.